What do you think made you lose elections in 2021?
What a start. There's a lot of things that young people struggle with. So the system has been commercialized to disadvantage young people. Now, a good number of us want to compete against the commercial system when we do not have financial capacity.
You contested in a rural district at a very young age. Do you think in Zambia, age is still a factor that hinders most young people to press in elections?
Somebody went to the people and told them, this brother is not married, you can't vote for him because he's not married. So you can understand that you have to be married. It's part of the qualification to be married. Then we ask ourselves, are we going to marry because of that? Is the cost of living is very high for an average youth. To think of rent, to think of what, and to think of competing elections, think of marriage, raising a family, is a whole different conversation that needs to be had on a particular day.
But you are given 5 million now as an economist. Practically, how are you going to allocate it to your constituents? 5 million kwacha.
It's not enough, my friend. CGF is 36 million. You're telling me about 5 million.
Yes, I'm telling you about 5 million.
Who put fuel in all the dozens. We are endowed with mineral resources.
Yes.
We have gold, copper. We just have to back the kwacha against the moon.
That's
to have more power than them.
As an economist.
So that's why we are thinking about kwacha. Dollar is backed against In 2026, let's retire the political dynamic.
What do you think made you lose elections in 2021?
What a start.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you so much for having us. We are very grateful for this space that you have given us, and we shall never take it for granted. And we are the leaders of today.
Yes, not tomorrow.
Not the future that you are mentioning, because it has never arrived. And we are living the future slowly, so we live in the present. We lost elections because we lost. People didn't vote for us. But behind the scenes, we know that losing is very subjective to us. What do we classify as losing? Is it the actual representation, or what was our objective in 2021? One of the reasons why we exist is to challenge the status quo and to offer ourselves to the people as an alternative as they pick. So the fact that we were on the ballot was a win. To the extent that the people made us the representation in parliament, no, it wasn't our choice. So we lost because the people decided, wait, it is a turn for another person, yours will come. And we are hoping 2026, the gods will smile in our favor.
You were 28, obviously quite young, maybe with financial struggles. How did you manage to mobilize in your community, do your campaign? And because your losing wasn't so bad. Second, as a person who is coming straight from school and you just enter politics, what are some of the challenges that you faced?
It was bad. We lost. Losing is never a bit better. It's no better loss. A loss is a loss. Okay. So there's a lot of things that young people struggle with. Obviously, people will be quick to talk about finances, but even finances in its sense is very subjective in terms of when you look at the dynamics of politics. In particular, Lusaka is a cosmopolitan. The budget for Lusaka Central is not the same as the budget for somebody who's contesting in Solwezi Central, which is urban and peri-urban, or Senga Hill, which is rural. So it's a very subjective conversation. But there's a lot of things that we didn't put in place. Our objective was zeal. We are driven by zeal. So anything was just revolving around, we must go, we must be there. But there was a lot of things that we needed to do behind the scene. Number one, the demographics of the constituents we wanted to represent. Number two, the statistics. Number three, the challenges. You need to analyze all the challenges. Then from there, we're supposed to draw a strategy that was going to inform us as to whether we are going to compete financially or we are going to compete technically or otherwise. So there are a lot of things that young people face when it comes to, I've met a lot of my colleagues who want to contest in a constituency. They don't even know how many wards are there, how many total registered votes are there, where they are strong, where they could get votes, where they will never get a vote. So a lot of challenges, technical in nature, is what is lacking from ourselves. We've lacked a lot of interest in understanding the core reason why we have to represent the people, the core function of what is expected of a member of parliament. So the system has been commercialized to disadvantage young people. Now, a good number of us want to compete against the commercial system when we do not have financial capacity. So we have to come to that realization that the system has been designed for over 35 years, the system has just been built. If you see the people who are serving in the current regime, they've got a track record of serving in other regimes. You see other people representing people in a different regime, they've got a track record. So I ask myself, how does a liberal turn social democrat, turn socialist, turn capitalist expect to serve the people? So there's a lot of issues that needs to be fundamentally addressed with regards to the isms that surround politics, from what kind of philosophy or strategy does the sitting government intend to employ to alleviate the poverty of the people. So there are a lot of things at the expense of not exposing my strategy. Let me give those remarks.
Okay, you contested in a rural district at a very young age. Do you think in Zambia, age is still a factor that hinders most young people to contest in elections?
When we say the system has been commercialized, it's not just been commercialized financially, no. We live in a society that measures how much of a leader you are by your status in society. You can't be ambitious. Your ambition is incomplete minus being married. Your ambition is incomplete minus being this. So society has got its own norms in terms of expectation as to what makes a good leader. So when I contested in 2021, straight from university with an ambition and zeal, little technical understanding in terms of what politics is all about, but I had a full understanding in terms of what my people want. But somebody went to the people and told them, this brother is not married, you can't vote for him because he's not married. So you can understand that you have to be married. It's part of the qualification to be married. Then we ask ourselves, are we going to marry because of that is what? Yeah. Or, so we live in a society that is just been commercialized and weaponized against young people. The cost of living is very high for an average youth. To think of rent, to think of what, and to think of competing elections, think of marriage, raising a family, is a whole different conversation that needs to be had on a particular day. But to speak to where we are as young people, I believe we have to come to a point where you have to measure how much of a leader I am by my ability to solve those problems instead of my status in society, either employed or married or otherwise. So those are some of the things that we need to work on.
Great. So Senga Hill remains one of the underdeveloped districts we have in Zambia. What is your vision for Senga? Okay, so we are not just underdeveloped. We are the second poorest district out of the 14 districts in Northern Province. Wow. So we literally live below the poverty line. We are over 126,000 people in terms of population, and we are growing at about 3.4, 3.5. So the population keeps on increasing. The development cannot meet the number that, that is growing. So fundamentally, we have categorized what we want to do for the good people of Senga Hill in three classes. So class one, we're talking about lobbying. You have to understand that the primary job of a member of parliament is legislation. It's legislation. So we have to legislate laws that speaks to the people of Senga Hill in terms of the factor endowment, our geographical position, our skills development, and all those things. Then we lobby government to prescribe or come up with policies or laws that will represent our people better. So our primary objection or objective is to go and legislate laws in parliament. Number two, as we have been given that mandate to legislate those laws, we are also community leaders and representatives. So we have got community issues that we want to solve, that we don't depend on anyone to deal with them. We have to deal with them ourselves. Then category number three is the private
partnerships with people who might be interested. You meet people from other parts of the country, other people outside the country who are interested in investing in Senga Hill. How can we ensure that our people are not disadvantaged with regards to any investment that may come to Senga Hill? So now, when we go back to number one, in terms of what we envision to do or what we hope to do, we hope government can declare Senga Hill, that belt from Senga Hill, from Mpulungu, Mbala, Senga, and Nakonde, a free trade zone area, like it has been done in Kazungula. Why? Because one of the busiest ports of entry in this republic is in Nakonde. So there's a lot of trade that needs to happen there. So we have to sit and learn in terms of tax waivers, in terms of trade, in terms of what can we do to ease the trade around that area. So policy must be developed, which will be implemented. Then our hills will be protected. That's just an example when it comes to legislation. When it comes to community partnerships, predominantly we are farmers. We are the biggest producer of beans, and we feed the entire republic and the neighboring countries. However, there's a lot of informal trade that happens there, such that we are unable to aggregate even the produce that we make. So it's very difficult for somebody to come and invest. Say, for example, I want to set up a factory that will make baked beans in Senga Hill, because we do not have empirical data as to how many tons of beans we are able to produce. So through the community, we must aggregate the centers, the farming zones. We talk to the headmen, we talk to their Royal Highnesses, and see how many farms inspired by the village can we build, such that those now will be aggregated to project to us in terms of how much tonnage of beans can be done. We can use those statistics then to lobby our third point, partnerships with other people to come and set up the factory or any other investment that speaks to what we want to do in Senga Hill. So predominantly that is what we want to do. At the core of everything, I can tell you here with every certainty in me that we have a lot of machinery that is seated at the municipality, a lot of earth-moving machinery which should help opening up the road, because the status of our constituency, with the visions and the ideas that I have, they can't actualize fully because the road is impassable. There are a lot of social and socio-economic activities that still need a lot of undertaking, and we hope that when the opportunity is given to us, we shall do justice to the needs of our people.
Okay. So you have talked about the bad roads, and I equally saw this on your social media. How are you going to go about the lobbying to ensure that you have good roads in Senga when given that position?
So in terms of lobbying, the people of Senga Hill don't really pray to Ministry of Infrastructure to go and take a third road and pour a stone base and all those expensive undertakings. What we need is just to actualize and prioritize areas that are most affected. When you go to Kavumbo, you go to Chindo, you go to Chisanzu, you go to different areas within the district, you find that the road is impassable. Literally, all of us, every year after our produce, we do what we call Songambele, where all the community comes together, they start fixing the road so that they transport the produce, and after the rain comes, they wash away those small temporary road structures that we put in. Year in, year out, the people of Senga Hill lose out because, first of all, our point of collection in terms of the farming input is far from the furthest person, meaning he has to sacrifice maybe 2 or 3 bags out of what a government gives them to pay for the transportation. And then B, you find that even this same distance, when it comes to now going to sell their produce, they will still want to realize the profit from the agriculture sector. So there is already machinery seated there. It's just a call to action. So we are not, if it's just somebody's just not doing his job.
That's
There is nothing spiritual that we're supposed to do when we're elected. No, somebody must just, maybe if we say we're going to allocate a lot of fuel in our CDF, but the president was very explicitly clear this year. He said, please provide fuel for all this machinery so that our people can have roads. So you procured the excavator, you procured the grader, you procured the water bowser, you procured the tipper. The fuel, there's a directive on fuel. Why don't we have a road? That's the question the people are asking me.
Wow, great. Let's say you're given 5 million now as an economist. Practically, how are you going to allocate it to your constituency?
5 million.
5 million kwacha.
It's not enough, my friend. CDF is 36 million. You're telling me about 5 million.
Yes, I'm telling you about 5 million.
Who put fuel in all the dozers to grade the roads?
5 million in the
go to fuel.
5 million.
It will go to fuel. You know how much is 5 million? Already my budget to contest in elections is based on what is obtaining here. I need not less than 1 million kwacha. You're telling me about 5 million.
When you talk of you need 1 million for you to contest in elections, there are other young people just like you with the same motivation.
Yes.
And they want to contest.
Yes.
But then the things that's hindering them is the same thing of finances.
Yes.
Why do you think there is such a huge cost of for you to just campaign?
So let me break this down.
Break it down for us.
So that you...
Please, make sure it's very simple and
Now, I'll tell you. The fact that I need 1 million for my budget does not mean I have 1 million.
Yes.
Okay? So we have to put that one straight. Now, as at 2021, my nomination fee was 15,000.
15,000.
Yes. So if you're a young person, you want to contest as MP, you must have
15,000.
You must have it. Otherwise, you will never appear on any ballot. Okay? So out of that 1 million projection, I'll tell you, there's what we call, now I'm doing political consultation here. So I'll give it to you for the purposes of your audience. There's what we call operation cost.
Operation cost.
Yes, for you as an individual. You need people to help you sell your message. And you will think people will leave their farms to go and do your biddings. And then what? And then their wives should clap for them when they return that, no, my husband went to support Mukwavi who wants to contest and then go back home. What happens to the field? So you want to be a very good leader. For every effort that my team makes, for example, to take anything, I ask them, if you are supposed to work in your farm today, that same field, how much would it have been cost? Would it cost you to clear? If it's 100 kwacha, for every time that I take you to go and help me, somebody must be able to cover. Remember, I am a politician. I must be a father to someone whose son must be in school. They don't care whether the father is an MP or not. They just care there's a father who's got a responsibility to take care of us. And there's a wife who's got a husband whose responsibility is to take care of those people. So we break down that 1 million for you to understand. Number one, when you go to town, you want to procure the Garia for you to go and sell yourself. One T-shirt is about 50 kwacha.
Okay.
The population of Senga Hill, registered voters, is 44,000. So take your calculators there. So the population of Senga Hill is 44,346 about registered voters. So if you are going to do 44,000 times you can do 50 kwacha.
It's a lot.
So it's coming to what? So that is 443,000 kwacha on Regalia. These shirts have not even been branded.
In short.
So I want to tell you where that 1 million is coming. That is, if you want to satisfy all the people, you want to give everyone a shirt of yours. So you need not less. That is exclusive of the printing. You've just procured from wherever you are buying. When you go to, there are plain T-shirts. So when you go to somebody who's printing, maybe they'll charge you 10 kwacha per shirt. So 10 times 44,000. So that's another cost. Before that, if you have a motorbike or you need a car, to travel from Lusaka to Senga Hill, it's 120 liters. 120 liters from Lusaka to Senga Hill times 22. That's how much I need just for fuel to be in your podcast, in your Lusaka. Then from there, I need to round 10 words. My constituency goes sometimes 170 kilometers inside the width and the breadth of the constituency. Every time, this money that I've told you is just operational cost. You need this. So if there are 10 wards, and then there are 88 polling stations, and then there are 8, do your calculation. I want you to do your calculation so that you understand what it means. That's the depth of what we are doing. So let's say there are 86 polling stations.
86, where is my calculator? Okay.
So, and then
86.
And then each polling station has got 3 villages that go there. So do it 6 times 3. So you have 258 villages. These villages, you need 1 mobilization person per village. So you can do times now. So that is 258 people. Just there. Remove the 3. Just there. So if your structure, if your youth structure is 24 people, okay, which is women, youth, or let me say the structure. Every structure per village must consist of 24 people. Women, youth, and elderly. So you put 8 youth, 8 women, and then 8 elderly men. That is 24. So do 258 times 24. So you need 6,192 people in your core team. So if this person, all these people are just asking you for 50 kwacha per day, do times 50 kwacha.
No. 300 something, 600.
Plus that 44,000 that you did. That 400 rather, that 400, that amount that you did, it's coming to what? 700.
740.
Now, the campaign period is 3 months, which is 90 days. So even if those people were kind enough to just do the meetings once every week, so you understand where we are coming from. That's why we are helped by a lot of volunteers. I've not even told you that I have to do Ketesco to the chief. I have to do Ketesco. So for those 258 villages, they've got headman and the secretary. You can't speak in any village man as doing Ketesco. So you need to prepare what is for Ketesco. I've not even told you that because it is very subjective. So when we tell you about 1 million, it sounds a lot, yeah?
It is a lot for, let me say, for a person, like, let me just give an example. Me, if I want to go and stand, where do I even start from?
So this one is just for Senga Hill. Luro, Lusaka, my friend, it's a different conversation. According to NGOCC, they projected that 2.5 million at least minimum. So the system has commercialized politics to discourage young people from participating. Now you need to have your cadres, now you need to have your regalia, you need to have your vehicles branded, you need to have a lot of things. Those people have been working their entire lives. Then they get their retirement, they invest it in politics. They will be using all the gratuity from parliament, all the allowances they have to perpetuate their staying power. Ourselves, we have used our economic prime of our youth. The time we're supposed to be building homes for our children, taking our wives on vacation, eating good food and all those things, we've taken it to go and be compared with the people who are at the almost apex or end of their career in terms of contribution. Now, if serving the people is going to be judged by how financially stable you are, it's going to disadvantage a lot of us. Because according to the Ministry of Youth report, as at 2023, majority of us are illiterate. If you have time to read that report, all the people you see there constitute of not more than 20% of the entire populace in terms of literacy. And that 20%, majority of that are those who just went as far as grade 9 and grade 12. We have not even included the graduates yet. So when you look at the statistics and the empirical data, so our people now, those who have commercialized politics, things were gullible. So they will buy alcohol, they will buy whatever they can do to impair our thinking, to look at who really means a lot for us. it's very difficult for ourselves to hold our leaders accountable, because apparently it feels as though that bottle of beer that I took is what earned this guy his job. So it's like, I bought this for you to vote for me, so you didn't vote for me. Now, what we do ourselves, we know we can't compete financially. But the needs from the hills cannot wait for us to go to what? To parliament. Now, this is what young people need to do. We have to come together, consolidate our minds and efforts together, agree. Because one of the biggest challenges we face amongst ourselves is that even when we sit, we can't agree. It's the biggest challenge. We can't agree. When we agree, we assess our strengths, we work on our weaknesses. Collectively, it's easy for me to go and help my brother in Lusaka Central, in where, to garner votes. We have been lobbying through my classmates from high school, university, friends, well-wishers. We identify a need. For example, we were donating some blankets during this cold season in our district. It's not part of that 1 million, remember. It's people who say, I'm willing to buy a blanket. So as a young person, you have to learn mobilization skills. Sometimes it will be a lot for you to go and print a billboard, but you can print a small business card and put your face there and put your name there and tell people, I am running for elections. At 2021, my sister, we were photocopying our face. I'm the only candidate who had a black and white poster on an A4 paper, because we just bought a ream of paper and then we put our face. But we couldn't even satisfy the demand. What did we do? We still bisected that paper into 4 parts. So we had small leaflets that we are giving, the flyers or whatever those things are called, just to make sure that our presence is known and felt to the people. So what drives us is the hope that this status quo must change. It must change. We can't live in perpetuity. As a matter of fact, the most productive generation Zambia has ever had was between 28 and 33. This is the generation that fought for independence 60 years ago. It is a generation that built almost all the universities that we have. It is the generation that built our CBD, it gave us provinces, it built districts. The generation that came after, they sold out on the privilege that they received. Most of the people you see in that cabinet or in that parliament today were educated for free.
Yeah.
Including the Republican president, educated for free, given an opportunity at 28 years, 29 years, he was running one of the biggest firms. So at 28, where was I? I was losing elections myself. Majority of my brothers are here, job hunting. Do you know that Kusakila and Chito in Chito, Pakwe?
Yeah.
You understand?
I do.
Yeah, so there are a lot of things, and if somebody is going to leave their bread and butter and is saying, I am willing to serve the people, that person should be treasured. Should be treasured, because leadership has become an endangered species in our lifetime. Good leaders are hard to find. So we have to protect ourselves against anything that may come. Anyway, we can take you all the way into
We are listening.
Yeah.
We are listening to everything. What are some of the things? Okay, let me take you back to finances. So you've spoken about the finances, and then you also spoke about young people coming together. So if we come together, we can help each other. I'm assuming you were speaking about maybe vision-wise, or also if there's something little that you can do for your community, do it. I went through your social media. I saw that you did donate some blankets. Aside that, there's also a place that you visited that had a very bad situation with water, and you actually did something about that. Is that what you mean when you say when we come together, we come together, we help each other, and we do that? Because if I don't have the money, but I have the vision and I can help the people, I think that way it will be easy for people to believe me, to say.
Yeah, but so my conviction is I'm the guy who will stay with nothing. Sometimes I believe, I don't know whether I'm hard on myself, I believe I can handle my own pressure than another person can handle theirs. Because I've been in situations where people have it up to here and they were thinking of taking their lives. So I feel I can take off that burden. Maybe I can handle it because I am so hopeful that things will change one day. So I exist from that background. Now, when you see people walk 2 kilometers and so on and so forth to access basic water, it's a crime for a child to spill water. It's a crime to bath every day. That's not normal. We have our SDGs that speak to access to water. Before we even talk about access, there is access, then there's clean water. We are far from that. Somebody was telling me, no, we saw you in Kapufi and what you did, we also want you to come to Tanzuka and help us. The issue of water and boreholes is a big problem. It is not that I am the one who's discovered this problem.
It's been there.
It's been there. The question is, what are we doing about that problem? So when you saw that contribution to our good people through the help of our friends and well-wishers, it meant that for that particular village, we have put a smile on their faces. But there are people who have been given a responsibility primarily to allocate resources to that undertaking. The CDF, when you look at the CDF composition, what is budgeted for, you find that maybe 1.6 million is going towards security and public safety in Senga Hill. You people, what security threat are my people facing
in Senga?
In Senga, that they should not have water,
They should not
but
have
they
water.
should have 1.3 million allocated towards security. Whose security? Because the police station is 150 kilometers from where I come from, within the district. To even call the police to come and effect an arrest on a crime, you give them a notice, then they'll come after 2 days or 1 day. After which you facilitate their transportation to come and make that arrest. So already you have been attacked, already you are vulnerable, you must fend. As if that was not enough. Access even to health is a problem. Our mothers put to bed on their way to the hospital because the distance is longer. On top of that, if you put to bed on your way to the hospital, you are charged.
Wow.
You have to bring a goat because this child will not be issued an under 5. Because why did they put to bed at home? So they don't. You have to bring a goat. You have to bring jiki because they want to administer that under 5. These problems are there. People know these problems. There's a fair attitude towards the good people of Senga Hill, and that is why we have said this is unacceptable. Let us go and fail. Give us an opportunity and see if we can solve some of those problems.
What is the toughest part about running as an independent in a rural district?
It is because there's not been a lot of sensitization done by National Assembly that representation does not matter whether you are aligned to a political party or otherwise. So if the National Assembly made it very clear that you can be an MP anyhow, it would have worked.
Yeah.
Because now what happens is that people say, no, you can't be a son without a father in parliament who is going to tell the president to help you. So you can understand that people have taken advantage of our people's inability to understand how the National Assembly functions. Whether it is me an independent or me belonging to a political party, there is a budget that is allocated for that district. What we need is a representative of you, the people, to go and sit there. This representative should come from anywhere as long as you entrust him with that mandate. So the biggest challenge is now you have to go and do the voter education on behalf of National Assembly. At the time you're supposed to be selling your vision, you have to convince people. It is me, you can vote for me and your money will still come. And somebody who is aligned with a political party, especially that one which is in power, you say, but how is this person going to tell the president? As if to mean, if you are not party aligned, they won't be CDF for you. As if to mean, if you are not aligned, the people of Senga won't take the medication. As if to mean, minus you, the president is not your president. So it's a fallacy, it's a lie that has perpetuated. When we tell you that these people have commercialized the system, that is what it means, because it is expensive now to go and decolonialize that education, to diffuse that myth. So when you have 5 minutes to pitch to the people in terms of what you want to do, you have to spend at least 2 minutes telling them that it is okay for you to belong to any political party and still represent the people well. It is, you take another 1.5 minutes explaining to the people how they should vote. in terms of voter education. And then the other 0.5 of the minute is what you have to explain about what you are going to do. So you find that the whole time is swallowed in solving problems that ECZ, National Assembly, local government was supposed to do. Somebody thinks, sorry, I'm going to say something that is not popular. Somebody thinks it is a job of an MP to go and bring a third road. The system has been designed like that. I have heard people, prominent people, our leaders and representatives, who go to campaign and say, "Gamwa vota ba elo tukaleta omusebo kuno. Inengata mumpelo oyu nshakabombe bwino." How? It's not normal. It's not right. It's illegal. These are some of the things ECZ, National Assembly, was supposed to invest in. That's why we have got parrots in parliament. Somebody has been there for 5 years. They've never said anything. It is not a house of the people. It is a house of colors. Parliament now is a house of whether you belong to blue, red, green, or orange, not an assembly which you should be proud of to say, I have got a representative there. If you become from the ruling party, if you come from the ruling party and there's a challenge in your constituency, you have to find a diplomatic way to tell the minister. Otherwise, you'll be seen against, as if you are fighting against the government. Or you have to be in opposition. You must oppose everything. Otherwise, you will be seen when you compliment a good thing that government is doing, you'll be complimenting or you'll be mistaken as if you are supporting the government. So the system is rigged. It is rigged. So there's a lot of, sometimes you ask yourself, but must I tell the people also these same lies? And then when they believe that, when you fail to deliver, they say, but it is you who told us. So there's a lot of education that needs to be done around this area. But they are afraid of doing that. Do you know why?
No.
There will be a lot of young people there who will be sound, who will think out of the box, who will solve almost all these problems. But I can tell you here, without any fear of contradiction, that come what may, we worry less about those things that are obtained, because we know what is ahead of us. And we have prepared to make sure that we diffuse, we nullify and ensure that the good people of Senga Hill have been given representation. The power that we seek belongs to the people. We are just a custodian. That's why we believe that it is your power as a people of Senga Hill that gives me power as a representative to chart our way forward in terms of alleviating poverty, in terms of improving the social and economic amenities of the people. So it is that understanding that we exist for. And I can tell you that the water of power, as they are flowing in 2026, they will take us to Mandai.
Great. Okay, so rural districts often get overlooked in national budget. When you get the seat, when you get to parliament, how are you going to make sure that a good budget is allocated to the people of Senga Hill to ensure that all these things that you're talking about, they are done away with?
We can speak hypothetically in terms of what is going to happen in Parliament.
Yes, let's speak hypothetically. We are in Parliament now.
I'm an economist.
We are in Parliament now.
I don't believe in hypotheses so much. Okay. I have learned never criticize what you don't understand, because you will never have what to criticize. So let me tell you what we'll do. My chiefs, their Royal Highnesses, told me, Mukwavi, Parliament tamwaba amano. Ngolefu mata wakwata amano okolefu ma. Tawakaye sanga pachipuna cha amano ayaba Mukwavi awe. You have to come well equipped where you're coming from. So what we are going to do, we sit with their Royal Highnesses, we sit with their headmen, we take a full dossier in terms of what must happen. We get the mandate of their Royal Highnesses and the people in terms of what we are going to lobby for. Let's say, for example, Ministry of Finance allocates this amount of money in terms of health infrastructure. And we hear we are not there as the people of Senga Hill. We have to ask on behalf of the people, why are we not on this budget? And they have to tell us why we are not there. More so, they have to say when we will be there. Because it is not enough to tell us you are not here because we have financial challenges. When are you going to find those finances to solve? So When we go to parliament, we can tell you here that we are going to speak for the people. We have no business. If we wanted to go alone, we can go and make submissions. People go in their individual capacities there. Oh, I am not happy with the bill. I am not happy with this. As a citizen of the republic, I am here to make the views. If I wanted to speak about my own views, I would have gone there. The people of Senga Hill, the Mambwe land, the Lungu land, they said, can we have someone who is going to represent our views, our needs, our challenges? And we said, on the list of the people that you are looking for, please add us there. When you give us the mandate, we shall represent you. So in terms of budget allocation, we are well equipped in terms of technical skills and ability. We are not even lazy. I have a double major in economics and trade. I am a researcher. I am a policy analyst. I know what it means. So when we tell you we will receive that budget in the yellow book, as a matter of fact, my team today has been studying from 2010 how much has been allocated in Senga Hill. So in our maiden speech,
How have they given you?
We have it.
Hey, how much?
We have it.
Tell us.
Today is not the right space where we are going to expose that because it's still inconclusive.
Okay.
We have given ourselves 15 years study. 2010, 2016, 2011, 2016, 2016, 2021, 2021, 2026. Then we aggregate that report. Next year, this time, invite me for a podcast. I'll tell you what we need to do because then we would have consolidated that report. And the people would have given us the input in terms of what must be done.
Great. I like the fact that you said you are an economist. Do you have any economic model that you would use to elevate the district of Senga, just to develop it, to say, I'm a politician, but I'm also an economist. Here is what we're going to do to make sure that this district is okay.
Yes, I do.
Would you like to share? No?
But the model is built on a lot of things. For example, if I talk about a homegrown solution, one of the things that our model must work is the factor endowment. Factor endowment means what can we easily find available in Senga Hill minus stressing so much. So we have got human resource, which is the people. These people have got skills to grow beans. So if we are going to say we are going to construct, to build houses in Senga Hill, and our people are going to build decent houses and a proper sanitation in terms of the rural housing, that would be a challenge. It means we have to import some skilled labor somewhere. We might have few people with that skill, but it doesn't work to our strength. What works to our strength is abundance of land, the skill. What we need now is capex, capital expenditure now to realize those village farms, to improve our production capacity, such that then when we aggregate those things through the involvement of the people, we can project profits and what must be done. But government must give policy. That's why at the top of what we want to do, there is lobbying in parliament. We can put in word to the minister responsible. We can debate on the floor of the house. We can put suggestions. If they fail to implement them, it means at policy level we don't do what? We don't have a free trade zone area in that belt. What do? We go to another plan. Another plan is how then do we find waivers within what is already existing to enable us? Because all this model, there's taxation, there's import, there's clearance, there's storage, there's what. So we want to build a proper value chain there from production, to manufacturing, to value addition, to selling, to what. In the long run, at the expense of not sounding too ambitious, we have written a lot of things, but because politics has been commercialized, even genuine ideas, somebody, when they watch your podcast, they are going to tell you, story. So the people that have gone ahead of us have put us in a lot of problems. We can't overcommit, we can't overdo things, so we'll leave it at that.
Great. So we're going to play a very short game.
Okay.
You have 60 seconds, and then you just pick one answer.
Okay.
Yes.
For 60 questions?
No, not 60 questions. 60 seconds. Under 60 seconds, you have 10 questions to answer.
Okay. So I can just pick one?
Yes.
So out of 10 questions?
No, we have 10 questions for you. Under 60 seconds, we're going to be asking you those questions, and you're going to be answering under 60 seconds.
Small issue.
Small issue.
Give us.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. This one is good. The rush, 60 seconds rush. Okay.
So, what's the nature of the questions, man?
No, let's just go.
Oh, okay.
We'll go with the flow. We start. Okay. Kwacha or dollar? Which currency do you prefer?
Kwacha.
What's more economic? What's one economic myth Zambian politicians keep repeating?
They promise minus giving us a empirical data behind their promise.
Would you rather write a national budget or win a seat for Senga Hill?
National budget.
TikTok or Twitter?
Twitter.
China or Senga Hill?
Senga Hill.
Free Wi-Fi or free solar kits for the people of
Free
Senga?
solar kit any day.
National Assembly or constituency visits?
Constituency visits.
Who inspires you more, Paul or Kaunda? Paul Kagame or Kaunda?
KK.
Rate your winning chances for 2026. 1 out of 10.
10.
What's one political lie that one politician lie that you can never, ever repeat?
What's one
Political lie that you can never repeat?
Are there political lies?
There are lots.
Like, for example,
There are lots.
I'll never tell people what I can't do.
Great. Obviously, that's, yeah, summarized. Okay, great. So let's go back to our questions again.
Yeah, but we have to go back to some of the questions. How do you ask? Okay, anyway, yeah, okay, it's fine.
Which question do you want us to go
No,
back?
it's okay.
Okay, great. You aspire to run for president.
So I wanted to talk about your kwacha and dollar.
Yes.
So the reason I picked kwacha, I wanted to qualify that. We are endowed with mineral resource.
Yes.
We have gold, copper. We just have to back the kwacha against the gold. And to have more power than the dollar.
As an economist.
So that's why we are thinking about kwacha. Dollar is backed against what? Military strength of the US.
Yeah, the US. But we have all the resources. Great. Do you aspire to run for president?
Yes.
When? Soon? Okay, fine.
No.
You are a president for 24 hours. What policies are you changing? You have the power to change anything in 24 hours. And what new policies are you going to introduce?
We can't speak hypothetically again.
We're speaking hypothetically.
I'm president today.
Now, you're a president. We've given you 24 hours to change any policy that you would love to change and put in a new one. Right now, right here. Everything is going to be granted.
Number one, independence of the judiciary.
Elaborate more.
Yeah, you're giving me 24 hours. Anyway, but it's a different conversation. So it's not really a policy and some sort, but just actualizing it. You see, there's three arms of government. There's the judiciary, legislature, and the executive. So if I have executive power, you know, when you're applying for a job at Ministry of Justice, all the people that are serving us today, they are appointed. None of them applied for a job. So one of the things that I desire is that those jobs should be applied for. And people should earn it in a public way. The same way I went to do a job interview at ZESCO 2 years ago, and there were 8,000 plus of us, and they just needed 50 people. All of us sat at that evening hall, I don't know if it is NIPA, and we wrote our aptitude tests. Whether we failed or not, we didn't know, but what we know is that we are not given that opportunity. So if we had an opportunity to save the people of Zambia today, one of the things that we need to do is to have that judiciary free to do its own, because all the mineral laws, or the laws that govern you as a person, everything. That is the only institution. The only institution. The other two are similar in nature because it's people who give you that mandate. For you to be Republican president, the people vote for you. For you to go to National Assembly, the people vote for you. But for you to decide whether I am going to die or live, that must be, it must be very, very, very difficult to achieve. Not because you know me, not because I know somebody, not because of an appointment. It must be earned through experience, through character, through track record. Politically, there are a lot of questions that guide politicians, but Yeah, I would really want to do that.
Okay.
It will solve all the problems.
So that would be something that you would introduce.
It's not introduction.
What are you changing now?
What we are changing is we are just effecting separation of powers.
We're talking about we're away from the judiciary.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other thing would you change?
It will change everything. That's just you know what is going to happen. The judiciary will come up with the judiciary with everything that is there, that governs laws here and everything. They're just going to come up with a law that all the exports of our minerals must be deposited at the Bank of Zambia before they leave the country. Done. It means you would have solved all the kwacha dollar problems.
Good.
For any investor to come in Zambia, they must. Done. For you, if you beat your wife, it is a crime and this, you'll be jailed for this. Done. If you a politician, you promise people and you fail to achieve in this, you'll be impeached. Done. If they solve all the problems.
Great. Do you think politics need people like doctors, engineers, teachers?
Politics have those people.
We have more of lawyers.
No.
We have more of...
No.
I'm telling you.
No.
It's either the person did political science or maybe they're an economist or they're a lawyer.
No.
These are the people that we have mostly in
Where?
politics. They're the people that we see.
No.
Tell me, which doctor do we have?
Dr. Starochiruf.
Just one. Who else?
No, there are a lot. Dr. Kataku. But I can tell you, so give me the Economist also.
You.
I'm not there. They are engineers.
Okay.
They are engineers. You understand?
Great.
They are engineers. To the extent that one profession must be elevated over another is not the correct perspective I hold. For example, what you're doing is a trade on its own. I can't do that. So, but for what I do to get out to the people, we need your skills. So to attach qualification as a barometer or as an advantage in terms of what makes a leader is a myth we must deal with. We must deal with that.
I think what we're trying to say is...
Let me tell you, Mwanawasa was a lawyer. One of the best presidents... I'm telling you now. Mwanawasa was a lawyer. One of the... our founding father was a teacher. Keke was a teacher. I don't know very much about FTJ in terms of what his trade
FTJ
was.
Is Chiluba?
Chiluba, yes. I don't know about what his trade was, but I know Mwanawasa was a lawyer. Kaunda was a teacher. Chagwarungu was a lawyer. President Church is a what? He's an economist by training. Arabi was also an economist with other disciplines that they acquired. The most celebrated president today, give Kaunda's freedom and his team, but people look to Mwanawasa as one of the best presidents we've had. But I have a lot of what to pick from each one of them. So, for example, Keke was not an economist, but he made sure that all of us had a job waiting for us upon graduation. He didn't need to have that.
Don't you think, also looking at the time, we didn't have a lot of graduates, but now it's a lot of educated people fighting for a small space of employment. Don't you think that's the difference?
I was waiting for you to say that. But has Zambia changed in terms of land scale and size? No, I'm telling you that the population of Senga Hill is growing at 3.6. The population of Zambia is growing at 3.6. To think we should plan here, having this information, we are doing ourselves a disservice. I am thinking about Senga Hill from 2026 to 2031. We were at 126 as at 2022. By the time I'll be given that mandate, we'll be at 130 or 135,000. By the time I'll be leaving, we'll be at 140. So we are planning against the biggest population in the period. As much as we were few at that time, it would have even been easier to grow as the population is growing. This UNZA was built a long time to cater for the same population that you're talking about. Go there, you find that there is Mwanawasa hostel there, there is Levi hostel. The brother built some hostels to cushion what? The challenges of accommodation. There's some structures which I saw the president earlier this year committing to ourselves that these will be done, and the challenges of accommodation will be sorted out. So from where we are as a people, we have to be futuristic in nature. President Mwanawasa is the only president, my friend, who wrote a vision for Zambia in 30 years. Vision 2030. That is what now has been translated into what you call the National Development Plan. So every year, every president, every politician must come and align. Until that, we had Millennium Development Challenge, Millennium Development Goals, whatever. We depended on other people to prescribe the vision and what we wanted for ourselves. This brother wrote the vision. Pure as it may be or impure as it may be, there was a vision, there was something.
Yeah.
So what we need is leadership. We want leaders. You can be a doctor because you are passionate about saving lives and still serve the people. You can be a lawyer, you can be a teacher, you can be a journalist, you can be whatever you want to be. That's why the qualification is just a green national registration card, a voter's card. For presidency, they even ask for a degree. They don't say degree in economics. No. The president will employ whoever he has to employ to give him the technical know-how for what he wants to do.
Yeah. Patrick, are we good? Okay. Great. Do you think Zambia is ready for young people? Because the voices are really coming out very strong that we need young people in parliament. We need young people to take up leadership roles. What do you think Zambia is ready for that?
Zambia was ready for young people in 1964 when we won independence. Because the people who fought that independence were young people. We've slugged here, we've slept here because of commercialization of politics. And I can tell you, come what may, who'll be in that parliament? You call us here. We are not being overconfident, but we are telling you now. We've learned. Neka the bird said, since men have learned to shoot without missing, I have also learned to fly without pitching. So we've learned.
Well, what was the biggest lesson you learned in 2021 that has just shaped the way of thinking and the way you view leadership as an individual?
What we learned is strategy. We didn't have a strategy. We didn't have the alpha and omega. We didn't have A to Z. We were everywhere. We were everywhere. You understand?
Yes.
Somebody said you can be building, hiding from the people. You are building nonsense. It's still nonsense, but you are building it. So one of the things that we did, we sat down and asked ourselves, why did we lose? Where did we lose? How did we lose? And how are we not going to make sure that 1, 2, 3 never repeat itself? And we have answered those questions. So when we tell you we are not going to win, unless otherwise, which we can't see, because even before I came to your show, I was asking myself, that's true. Where are you not going to win? Now. You see, so we shall succeed.
Great.
We have not prepared our hearts. We have not felt safe. No.
Great. Okay, so I think our last question. You spoke about the struggles of political financing. If you were to send out one word to ECZ to help young people that want to contest in 2026 and how they can just be of help to help young people, what would be that?
Ban the manipulation of the votes. Ban the donation of things. Ban the donated these roofing sheets to this church. Ban the donated these pockets of cement here. Ban all those things. Ban the regalia. Then we are okay.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
The young people can...
We are going to battle intellectually.
Great.
Because, you see, even the brother who is serving today, he has done what he's supposed to do. You understand? Is it according to our expectation? Might not be. Is it according to his capacity and strength? Maybe. So you can be forcing people, pressuring them. Somebody has reached the maximum. So now we have to be subjected to... I wished, all the candidates had one calendar. So let's say, for example, they call all of us, when they do those debates. Yes. So you call all of us and take us the people. all this violence will end. Because when I stand, I say, I want to do this and this and this and this and this and this. Another brother will ask, how are you going to do it? From there, you lose or win elections. No one is going to get a bit or become violent because all of you are in one space.
Yes.
So this is what we have to work on as a people. We have people using a lot of things that don't make sense as a barometer to measure someone's intelligence. Somebody brings in experience. You are not experienced. I agree. But how am I going to gain experience or not exposing me to the space?
Yes, yes.
When I returned, I had a project where I was working. I found some of my boys were not called for the job interview. So they were there. They were not called for a job interview. Their friends were called for the job interview in the same space. So I asked the one who said, why are you guys not doing interviews that your friends are doing? He said, we are not told. So I was very upset. Why was I upset? I was upset because I am a firm believer that every individual just cries for an opportunity to show what they are capable of doing. You can choose to fail them, you can choose to pass them, you can choose to do whatever you want to do, but never rob anyone an opportunity. We went to school, our father did not leave anything for us. We went to apply ourselves so that we can be qualified. And you have the audacity, after the struggles I've gone through in my entire life to be here, to ask me, who brought me there? Who do I know? Do you know what we have been through to be where we are? So we have to come to that space where let people be picked on meritocracy, but don't rob them a chance. I pray that people should give your podcast a chance to see the content that you're sharing. But let no one discredit what you're doing. At least you've thought about something. Is it good? Yes. Could it be better? Yes. It's okay. So we have to go to that stage. Even myself, where I am. You see, there is no monopoly over wisdom. That's why these things you attach in terms of academic qualification and whatever doesn't hold. You just need good ears. If somebody tells you, Bwana, if you're having sex minus a protection, you are vulnerable to these things. I don't have to be an economist to take that message. I just have to listen to that. If somebody is telling me, don't do this, I must be listening. One of the greatest prayers I have every day is, Lord, whatever happens to me, please spare me my listening. So that when people tell me, I should be able to listen. Because when I fail, I will say, but it is you who told me. And we should hold them accountable for either misleading or credit them for leading us properly.
Great. What message do you have for the young people contesting in 2021? People like
2026.
2026. Oh my God, I'm going back in the time. I think I want to go back. But yeah.
There's no future in the past. Let's chat more fun. Dear young people, my name is Mukwavi Changala Sichula, your friend and brother. And I can tell you there is no one who is coming to help us. There is nothing for us without ourselves. The power has been wielded to ourselves. We have to aggregate our energy, consolidate our efforts, and fight for the space that belongs to us. There is no one who is going to give it us. Let no one tell you that you need money for you to do whatever you do. Go and start. When you fail, you'll be able to analyze the challenges that you face. This republic belongs to us. We love Zambia unapologetically. We are guilty of that charge, and we are ready to go. 2026 belongs to us. In 2021, it was a wind of change for the republic, and we saw the change of government. In 2026, let's retire the political dinosaurs.
Damn. Okay, guys, so that was it. If you have not gone to do your research, if you're not inspired, if you're not motivated, if you're not willing to come back for the next episode, I don't know where you want to go, but I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. So this was it from us. Until next time, see you. I said I'll be doing shout outs. So today, again, Patrick, the DOP, thank you, and Pauline Mwamba, our sound engineer. Recordist? Yes, both. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming through. See you next week, same time, same place. For me, Mary, your host, it's bye.